Hi everybody, I'm here at the FT Live conference with Yuval Golan. Yuval, how are you doing?
Pretty good. How about you?
Good, good. I'm here. So, what did we learn? What did you learn? What are the insights that you can take from this conference?
Trillions of dollars show up for the conference. Everyone's ready to make deals. Insurance companies, issuers, originators, a lot of people. Amazing business making, a lot of meetings, very intense. I should have known about this conference earlier. I should have come here earlier, and now I learned.
Right. Okay. Now, for somebody outside this industry, how would you explain what structured finance actually does and why it matters right now?
So you basically take loans that you take for your car, I take for my student loan, someone takes for a home, and other types of mechanisms that go into a securitization, a security that takes people like you and me 200, 300, 400 million, and it's structured and layered according to risk, according to tiers. And just like when you invest in other instruments, it's a similar thing just by using different types of financial instruments, that one of them I explained, which is mortgage or a loan.
Got it. And you're in the fintech business and you just ended a panel related to fintech. These are for me different worlds, tech and this kind of heavy finance. Where do you see you guys complementing each other, or where are these still worlds apart?
So fintech comes from financial technology. Finance is the largest world, the largest sector. And technology enables finance to do more things in a detailed, diligent, streamlined way that can include more clients, can process them faster, and provide them more products. It's complementary. Every time someone says, oh, this is your competitor, it's like, this is like a 50, 100, 200 trillion or gazillion dollar market. I haven't met someone that does all of it. If someone does 5% of it, amazing, that's a market leader. But we're all friends, colleagues. We compete from certain deals, but we work on other deals together, and it's a beautiful market to work in.
Very nice. And I come more from the world of tech, and in tech you raise money from venture capital. Do venture capital firms understand the world of finance at this point in time?
So just like any industry, there's people that are experts in certain fields and people that are generalists that want to get into the fields. What you need to know that the finance industry requires a lot of compliance, regulation, long sales cycle, rating, track record, sometimes audited financials that most startups don't survive to have. And all these processes needs strong guts, a lot of patience that sometimes don't align with the VC's trajectory to sell companies or send them to IPO, etc. So they are interested VCs. Sometimes they're either too early or late in the stage, or financial institutions that are very interested in fintech startups.
So there, in some cases, VCs just lose patience because they don't understand these long cycles, do they?
Sometimes, and just if we've discussed on the panel, some VCs are just not suitable for these type of businesses because the patience to build this in the right way, as we discussed on the panel, is any type of lending business that does it too fast because they want to grow very fast. Usually the hockey stick flips and those loans go delinquent, or you have to foreclose on them and the company blows up.
Oh, yeah. When we think about hockey sticks, we think about something positive, but this is not the case. So we're talking about mismatches. There's also a mismatch between lending when people want to buy property and they meet their local banks, and traditional banks were built for locals, right? Local assets, local regulations. Is that actually changing? Where do you see yourself fitting in?
So we look at different countries and how they underwrite, or take a look at assets and borrowers, because at the end, these are the two things they look at. Asset, is the asset worth what the purchase price is or what the appraiser says? Can it be rented out? If we need to foreclose, what will be the value? And two, the borrower and their ability to do and put the down payment, and in case of market hiccups, will they be able to pay or make their payments? then the markets are usually built for domestic borrowers, and then there's like, in some countries, 2 to 5% of the investors or borrowers are non-resident or new immigrants. But the market is changing because those borrowers are usually the wealthy ones that can afford it.
Right.
And I've spoken to a colleague from the industry who does this exact business in billions in Australia and in the UK. So I'm excited that I'm not the only idiot that does it.
Yeah, good to know. Good to know that people are doing these cross-border transactions, and usually they don't do their first investment abroad, right? So that tells something about these kind of investors, doesn't it?
Yes.
So yeah, so you're dealing with experienced, financially strong investors, but not everybody is aware of that strength of the foreign investor, is it?
True, because we're just a little piece of the market under a magnifying glass of very large institutions that now are waiting to hear and willing to accept that market, especially when there's large success stories, because in many other cases, many of these companies, back to my point before, did not survive everything they needed to prove to reach the point of these large institutions saying, this is worth my time, versus another billions of dollars I need to deal with.
Ah, okay, yeah. So they're missing out on some opportunities, and you focus a bit more on the American market, on real estate, and what's unique about the American market? What's the opportunity there right now?
The U.S. market is the largest real estate market in the world. It's only about 50 trillion.
Yeah, small change. Yeah.
Exactly. The U.S. market has beautiful regulations for investors that protect them, that gives them tax incentives and benefits, depreciation, mortgages. So the American government has realized that in order to incentivize investors to come in, that create homes for people that cannot afford it or are in the interim of buying one, to invest in that asset, and they created all those benefits, and that's great. And in many of these states as well, when the borrower or the tenant doesn't pay, there's the right mechanisms to deal with that, rather like in Europe, compared to Europe, that someone sits in your home and you can't evict them for 5 years.
Yeah, that's a problem here in Barcelona, absolutely.
So these are kind of the beautiful reasons why to invest in the US.
Right, and with all the turbulence going on in the world, there's some of it generated in the US. Does it make the US less attractive or more attractive at these times of war?
US is still the largest economy in the world. Most of the economies are pegged to the USD or depend on the US market. So when the market is down, great, time to invest. When the market is up, great, everyone invests. When interest is up, great, not many people take mortgages, so it's time to buy because there's less competition on properties, and when the rates drop, do a refinance. It's always a good time to invest in real estate.
It's a win-win, and well, America is all about winning, isn't it? So
Exactly.
Got it. So okay, let's say, well, now you convinced me and I want to buy a property in the United States of America. Walk me through the process that Waltz does for...
Getwaltz.com.
Okay.
Within an hour, learn our blogs, which are built for people that don't have attention span more than 2 to 5 minutes. So it's exactly 2 to 5 minutes. Learn the basics. Find yourself a nice realtor that will find you an investment property, or ask us and we'll refer you one. And then we onboard you within minutes, US-based entity, US-based bank account, a mortgage up to 70% loan to value, so you can start generating cash flow. We can help you with insurance as well. And the idea is click, 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 and the property is yours.
All right, just follow the puffin, I guess.
Yes, getwaltz.com.
And yeah, I'm originally from Israel, now living in Barcelona, but I guess your audience, customers are worldwide. You've processed over 1 billion in loans so far. So
Correct.
Where do you see demand coming from?
So our demand is usually, if you look at the recent numbers, is about 30 to 40% Canada, 25% Latin America, about 10 to 15% Israelis, about 10 to 15% US-based high credit score borrowers, both Americans and new immigrant or foreign permanent, non-permanent investors, and the rest are exotic depending on the season of the year.
Yeah, so quite varied, but I see a tendency towards the Western Hemisphere. I guess people feel more confident in that slice of the small slice of the world. And you're solving a problem for people who, as you said, don't have enough patience, are allergic to bureaucracy. And what was your experience as a foreigner traversing the world trying to find a property to buy, to settle?
So in 2020, I was seeking and flying around the world to 5 properties, and it took me ages to close. I was rejected in 6 countries. I was approved in 2, and it took me 7 to 8 months to close. The process was bureaucratic, wet signatures, go to consulates. I was like, okay, enough. I'm too old for this shit. I want to pay someone to do it all for me. So that's how we came up with Waltz.
All right, yeah. So it comes from personal experience. I would say personal pain.
Personal ADD and OCD that I need to solve a problem.
Yeah. Well, it's a big pain. The market is not that small, is it?
Huge.
Yeah, we're talking about $1 trillion, right? So, yeah, it's quite a bit. So, yeah, if it's such a big market, I guess you're not the only one in town, as you mentioned. Who are you competing with, and what does winning for you look like? I mean,
who cares? If it's foreigners that buy for hundreds of billions, I'm willing to share it with at least 1,000 other competitors or friends or colleagues of the industry. There's enough for everyone to share.
So you've mentioned quite a few countries that demand comes from. So I guess you're also a global company, right?
Yeah, we build our DNA in a global way. 15 languages, many countries. We have people from all around the world because our clients are from all around the world, and we need to understand their culture and language, and this is our DNA.
Sounds good, yeah. And I'm sure you also got a few things wrong along the way. No, nothing is perfect. What was the hardest thing you got through, and what did you learn from it? What did it cost you?
Being an entrepreneur, and you can hear it in my voice, a lot of compliance, regulation, understanding capital markets, financial markets, risk, tech, all of it. And what I learned from it, that I'd like more here.
Oh, okay. Same here. not that lucky in that field. Yeah, and you've talked about people wanting to say puffin or nothing. That's the goal is to be there. Can you, if we meet here this time next year, how recognizable will the puffin be? Where do you want to be?
More people will be. We have it with without a name, so people can like the puffin. Also from different geographies, people think it's a thing. A different animals. Some people think it's a cockatoo, some people think it's a toucan, some people think it's a puffin, some people think it's a penguin, depends on where they come from. So one of my friends in Miami just basically said puffin or nothing. And we have a dad joke for the Latin American clients that think it's a toucan, so we tell them without Waltz toucanot and with Waltz toucan. And then they're like, ah.
Well, you got me laughing, that's for sure. Okay, so if we meet here at the Global ABS FT Live in Barcelona next year, when we meet here, early June 2027, where do you want Waltz to be?
At about triple our loan production and more loyal clients, more recognizable in more countries, and more institutional partners that are visiting here.
Yeah, no, I'm sure more people will get to know you. It was an excellent panel. Okay, thank you very much, Yuval Golan, Waltz CEO.
Thank you, Yohay.
Thank you.